Hear stories about like fast track adoptions, and I'm sure that there's certain elements of like coercive adoption happening. And so I think a lot of times when parents face the possibility that their kid would be like batted around between families in the foster care system, that alone is coercive, that they might just place for adoption and that way set their kid up for a better life, when really what they want to do is parent their child in most situations.
Another really common occurrence that we've seen a lot is like women choosing to relinquish their rights to an older child or older children in order to have a shot at getting into the baby program. Because part of the way that the baby program works is you can't have any history with Child Protective Services. And for a lot of moms who've been addicts, they have that history because of their addiction. So if they have any kind of open case, one way to close the case is to relinquish their children, which means they will never ever be that kid's mom legally again. They don't have any rights to them at all. We've seen a lot of people make that choice. We've also seen people be encouraged to make that choice who didn't want to make that choice, who said, no, like F that, I'm not going to choose that. I won't give up one child for another. And then maybe they don't get into the baby program because they didn't make that choice. You know, who knows?
I think another part of it too, which it ties in but isn't exactly on the same piece of what we're saying, is that not in the way that it happens in a prison are women said, like, are you fit to be a mother? You know, if you get pregnant and you have a baby, like, it's your baby. That's not completely true. Like, there's definitely social judgments on you, and
sure,
there's,
but
like,
your
people...
baby is basically yours unless some other process keeps your baby from being yours.
Right.
Whereas in prison, it's the opposite is true.
Right. You like prove to someone that you're worthy, which is just it's just so heartbreaking to have another being growing inside of you. And like, you don't even know if you can be emotionally connected to it, because it's so devastating to think about like developing this connection with this person that's inside of you, but then having to like maybe never have a relationship with that person ever again.
The second half of our mission statement is like that people will know that it can't continue to go on, that people just secretly have these experiences behind closed doors, and the rest of community, because really these people are still members of our community, they're just they've been taken away from our community, and I don't think it's helpful for anybody to pretend that they aren't part of our community. And their absence from their communities is meaningful too. Like 80% of incarcerated women are mothers of children under the age of 18. Is that what it is? Yeah, so I mean, like, their absence is deeply felt by their families.
Yeah, it is really discouraging sometimes when someone comes with a request, but it might be out of like what's considered our scope. You know, for example, to like someone disclosing some kind of human rights violation that they've experienced. It's kind of discouraging. Just looking at the bigger picture too of the medical training that goes on in this country, and there's a lot of work to be done. But then hearing feedback, that's really wonderful, and you know, gives a lot of like hope and encouragement. It's so worth it, even if it's just one experience that you have that really teaches you a lot, and that you have a lot to take away and share with the rest of the world.
I'm very grateful for the doula program. I don't know what I'd do without them right now. If it wasn't for the doulas, I'd be going through this alone, and I really couldn't imagine having to go through that alone. They're substituting my family. That's a great gift to give.
Once the doulas got there, it was just so good just to even see their faces. It was wonderful, and you know, they have such a good outlook on being there for us women, you know, and knowing what our bodies and what we're experiencing. And yeah, it just brings tears to my eyes. It was great. They're good. They're really good people.
You know, knowing that I'm going to have them there here with me every Friday, and knowing that they're going to be there with at my birth, and I am not going to be alone, means more than words can possibly describe, you know. So I don't know how else to describe them other than miracle workers.
I love the doulas. They're really cool. Really cool. I've been telling everybody that comes in here that's pregnant, go to the doula class.
Same here.
Yeah.
We've been recruiting and making sure, because the support that they provide is one in a million.
And that was the best part of it, is meeting them and, you know, seeing that I can have options whenever I'm in labor, which was really, really good for me. Cool. I love them.